What is a little bombshell your therapist dropped in one of your sessions that completely changed your outlook?
Stop trying to get everyone to agree. When you need everyone to agree, the least agreeable person has all the power. Really changed my outlook on planning family events.
How was anger expressed in your household growing up? Were you allowed to show anger? At which point I realized I wasn't allowed to show any negative emotions whatsoever, especially not in reaction to negative emotions from my parents.
Don't think of the relationship as over. Think of it as complete. Fundamentally changed how I was processing a tough breakup. So helpful.
My counselor said to imagine myself as an orange, then consider that not all people like oranges. That doesn't mean that the orange is flawed in any way. Not rotten, just that everyone has preferences. That helped ease my insecurities and need for people-pleasing, dramatically.
Is it your anxiety, or hers? Microphone, drop. Background: I have an overbearing mother who needs to know as much as she can about what I'm doing on my own time to sleep well at night, according to her. She basically treats me like a rebellious kid in a teen movie from the 90s, when I'm an independent, grown-ass woman approaching my mid-30s. At the time my therapist said this, I was 28-ish and panicking about an upcoming business trip. Not the trip itself, but her reaction to me leaving the state for a few days. As I was going down a list of texts I knew she'd bombard me with, my therapist dropped this gemstone. She gave me permission to opt out of managing her fears like I had been doing for years. End result, I went on the trip without telling her a thing and have established a few more sanity-preserving boundaries since.
Your mom is never going to be the parent you want or need, so stop expecting her to be and being mad that she isn't. Also, people who are addicts tend to get frozen at the time they started abusing drugs or alcohol, because their focus is their addiction and not developing as a person. So, a person who started drinking heavily at 13 and quit at 30 would behave a lot like a 13-year-old.
I don't want to take meds because I don't want to rely on drugs to feel okay. Don't you already do that? My therapist in the session before I finally saw a psychiatrist and got officially diagnosed with bipolar 2. I was heavily self-medicating at the time, but of course didn't see it that way because it wasn't a prescription.
Your mother was an absentee mother, so why would you think she would be anything other than an absentee grandmother to your child? It made me lower expectations of the type of relationship my child would have with my mom. So now, she's the fun grandma on FaceTime that sends presents but never shows up, and I am perfectly okay with that.